What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and today I'm reviewing a $25 Boost ripoff sneaker from Amazon that doesn't totally suck. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Make sure to subscribe down below if you want to see more reviews just like this one. Also make sure to give me a follow on Instagram and on Twitter at @RealSethFowler. But with all that out of the way, let's get into it. There have been a few knockoff shoes in the past that I've reviewed. Most, if not all of them, were Skechers, and they were all knockoffs of Yeezys, which I guess makes sense because they're trying to make money and so they're selling stuff that looks like hype stuff. I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. And in those cases, I was kind of determined not to like those sneakers because it was the principle of the thing, and at the end of the day, you were still spending like $80 on a shoe that was still a knockoff. But I was trolling Amazon, as you do, and I found a pair of $25 Boost knockoff sneakers, which at first I thought I was gonna hate. And then I got them in the mail, and they're not too bad. Granted, yes, they are knockoffs, and yes, that sucks, and I'm definitely gonna hate on them a little bit for that because that's kind of messed up. But for 25 bucks, they could be worse. So without further ado, here they are. What are these called again? How do you pronounce MXSON? Mixon? The Mixon Men's Ultra Lightweight Breathable Mesh Street Sport Walking Shoes Casual Sneakers. There you go. First of all, pronunciation-wise, I don't know how you have a 5-letter name and only have one vowel in there. It doesn't make sense. Second of all, the rest of the name is like 12 words long, which I guess makes sense for search engine optimization, but it's ridiculous. If I'm walking around in these and someone asks me what they are, I'm just gonna make up a name. Oh, really quick, before I forget and show you guys the shoes, I wanna show you guys the bag that it came in. No shoebox for this pair, it came in a bag. I mean, yes, it was a bag inside another bag, but this is its actual packaging. So based on what I'm seeing, it's a poorly designed track. I'm not sure why the number 1 is in red and all the other numbers are in white, and also why they're not staggered, and also why that was necessary to make a track on it at all. Oh, and then my favorite part, on the bottom, you've got 3 words. You've got walking, running, and traveling. That's what you can do in these shoes. You can walk, run, and travel. Now, if you want to do anything else, you're I also found it interesting that the first letter of each of these words were written in red, and they're also spaced like 4 or 5 spaces back from the rest of the word. It's like they're trying to create like some sort of acronym, like WRT, RUT. And I've never heard that word before, RUT. Unless they want you to read it walking, running, traveling. That's definitely what it is, for sure. Starting off with the sneaker, this bears an uncanny likeness to a sneaker that you've probably seen before, especially when it comes to the visuals of the midsole and the outsole. But before we get into that, let's jump into the upper. The upper is made up of this stretchy black knit material. The knit is pretty thick and consequently not very breathable, but for a $25 sneaker, is breathability really your main concern? As you continue back on the shoe, you've got these black flat laces that weave through this plastic or TPU midfoot cage. When lacing up the shoes, the midfoot cage does provide a little bit of extra containment, which is appreciated. Moving inside the sneaker, you've got a black padded sock liner, which actually, if I'm honest, does not feel bad on feet. And then rounding off the inside of the shoe, you've got a black insole with this sort of weird orange diamond-shaped logo, which immediately underneath in big bold font says Made in China. You'd think that the brand name would be there. Apparently Mixon doesn't want to be known for what they're making, which I understand, I get it. This isn't the most premium product in the world. As for fit, surprisingly, it does fit pretty much true to size, which I've got to be honest, you can't always say about the brand that this brand is knocking off. Not a dig, just a painful truth. Moving around to the back of the shoe, you get this weirdly flat heel. It really does kind of just go straight up in the back. There's not really any curvature whatsoever. If your heel is shaped like a box, you are good to go with this shoe. If not, you're fine too. It's just a weird shape. Moving down the sneaker, you get to the main attraction, the fake as Boost midsole. I don't know why I called it a Boost midsole. It's just not Boost. The only similarity that this shoe's midsole has to actual Boost is literally just the texture. And to be real with you, this texture doesn't even look real. It looks like a stone or like a brick house. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like those random stacked stones? That's what it looks like. There's no rounded edges. It's all just like sharp cuts. Doesn't look great, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first saw this midsole online, I expected it to be soft, and then when I got it in hand, I realized that I was sorely mistaken. And to be fair, good on Mixon, because that's exactly what they were trying to do. They knew most people know what Boost is, and they expected people to buy this because they thought that it would be as soft, and they got me, man. They totally got me. This midsole foam is stiff. I mean, it's really, really stiff. And actually, it kind of has to be because this same foam is actually used for the outsole. Even though this outsole looks like a separate webbed piece that's put on the bottom of the midsole cushion, it's not. It's all one piece. It's all molded together. It's all all designed to fool you into thinking that this is a much more premium shoe than it is. And therein lies the problem that I have with this shoe. This shoe is designed to fool people into buying it, but it's 25 bucks. And for 25 bucks, I mean, it's not the most uncomfortable shoe I've ever worn. It's nowhere near as comfortable as shoes that I'm sure you're used to wearing, but for $25, it's not bad. And as much as I hate to say this because it's totally designed to be a knockoff of another shoe, it doesn't look terrible. Granted, that's because it is a knockoff of another shoe, but it doesn't look terrible. So I guess in conclusion, yes, this is a shameless knockoff designed to deceive you into buying it because you think that it's more comfortable than it is, or you think that it's something that it's not. And at the end of the day, that sucks. That really does suck. And I don't want to support a brand that's doing that. However, if you are really low on cash, or if you want to buy a pair of shoes to just mess up and throw around and just destroy, 25 bucks is not a bad price for this pair. I'm gonna leave it up to your discretion. If you want this shoe, which let's be honest, you probably don't because this is a sneaker channel and I usually review shoes that are like $200 plus, and you guys prefer to buy those rather than this. But if for whatever reason you do want this shoe, it's not a bad purchase. Now that we've got the review out of the way, let's throw these guys on feet and see how they look. I'd love to know your thoughts on this $25 sneaker, so make sure to leave those in the comment section down below. And if you're interested in checking out this sneaker for yourself on Amazon, I left a link in the description below. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a like if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.